Alright, let's get back to part 2 of the big catalog. Throat is getting very, 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 very raspy. I don't think the lemon's helping much. But all else fails, maybe the tequila will help a little. Toast. Oh, so good. A little bit of lemon. Alright. Should be good to go for another round. See what happens. Starting out with Sabrina, annual, spectacular, oversized, brand new story. Excuse me. It's an all-out battle at Igor Estates as Sabrina's nemesis, Amber Nightstone, makes her return. But when the evil Amber unleashes is more powerful, I would think it should say, but when the evil that Amber unleashes is more powerful than ever, than even she expected, it's going to take more than just 2 magical beings to set things right. But we will have to read about it and find out who they are and what's going on. Unless it's Trick and Treat, hopefully. I like those characters. Alright, where are we at here? We got another Archie one here. The Best of Archie, Riverdale High Raucous. The hallowed halls of Riverdale High have been like a second home to Archie Andrews and all his friends in Riverdale. Whether the faculty like it or not, for over 80 years, Archie and his pals and gals have caused plenty of high school hijinks and detention dilemmas, all to the chagrin of their principal, Mr. Weatherby. In the vein of our mega-popular Best of Archie series, this title showcases some of the best and most hilarious high school stories from Archie's storied history. Class is in session. Oops, 1 page too many there. 1 page too short. Come on. You can do it. Let's see, we got something on here has to be, Headless Horseman. The Headless Horseman Halloween Annual 2024. Like the urban legends and folklore frights of yore, the Headless Horseman is coming back to haunt you once more. Ignore the creaking footsteps, don't mind the whistling wind, pull your eyes away from the shifting shadows, and tiptoe through these spine-tingling stories. The Headless Horseman returns, and this year, he's coming for you. That's the annual 2024. I know last month I think had a single issue, a one-shot of Headless Horseman. But I'm getting the other one, so I might as well get this one and see what's up with it. We got Imbokodo? I don't know. Number 1. In the land of the pyramid sun, a single step of the Badimo is 1,000 Muntu lifetimes. These people aren't writing their shit right. This is not me saying this wrong. I'm not drunk off my ass. I've only had 2 shots so far. This is the land of Dau, home of the first Muntu. 1,000 years after the Great War between the Badimu that brought darkness to the land and birthed a new kind of Muntu, one that wants owns, and is never sated. Dawu remains divided, and recently numerous young girls have gone missing from their villages. A trail of carnage left in their wake. In the empire of Monomotapa, Queen Nyameka commands the greatest warriors in all of Dawu, the Imbukudu. Here, A nameless woman will fight to secure her place amongst the Imabukudu, to stand for the Queen, the Empire, and for the freedom of all Muntu. Too many frickin' weird names. Got Jupiter's Legacy finale, for fans of that. Yeah, The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos, Halloween special one-shot. A very special Halloween celebration with Christopher Chaos's best friends and fiercest foes. James Tinney and Isaac Goodhart tell a story of family and loss with Adam Frankenstein and Viveka. Tate Bombell and superstar Phil Jimenez introduce, I hate when they'll name one person and then say superstar for the next one. Aren't they all superstars? Jesus Christ. You gotta glorify one frickin' person? I mean, come on. They introduce a wild new monster far above the Arctic Circle, and back in Briar City, Bombale is joined by the brilliant, Bombale is joined by the brilliant Jeff Lemire for a sweet and spooky story of young Christopher during a Halloween long past. And finally, the brilliant Sue Lee and fabulous Nick Robles each write and draw their own bewitching stories that will leave you breathless and terrified for All Hallows Eve. I'm curious. I wish I had a picture to go off of, an image, so I knew for sure if I wanted to do it, but I might. It's Halloween, so I will be getting a variety of different new ones. Ooh, Space Usagi, White Star Rising #1. Taking place directly after the Space Usagi Death and Honor arc, Stan Sakai's second Space Usagi series sees Miyamoto Usagi continuing to defend the Shirahoshi clan in the far future from scheming rivals, the Kagetori, new friends like Space Pirate Rogan, and new enemies led by Empress Amata are introduced, and this mini-series will be newly colored by longtime collaborator Emi Fuji. Interesting. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures Phase 3, Dispatches from the Conclusion Zone. Lots of more High Republic adventures going on here, I see. And now we gotta jump to Addiction. She can drug you with her touch. If corporate criminals and drug cartel soldiers weren't bad enough, wait till Dr. Nikki Tino and her boyfriend Enzu clash with the wildest rogues in downtown New York City. Mr. Licorice, Betty Noir, and their candy-coated death trap. Are you going to be taking a strike at Sweetie Candy Vigilante? I don't like that. I don't know. I want to know more about the character. It looks like we're going to Death of Your Life #2. We don't really have a #1 or anything, so that doesn't help. I don't remember reading about that one, so I thought maybe, just maybe, something new and interesting. A 3-part Silence #1. A 3-part psychological horror comic series. I got Stanley Kane appears to suffer cardiac arrest while in the taxi of his mysterious driver. He awakens in a hospital to the scolding words of his agent, who arranges for some much-needed rest and relaxation. In the tiny town of Silence, Michigan, all appears tranquil until Stanley discovers a mysterious Native amulet that turns his angry creations into reality. Okay, let's go to Resurgent of the Valiant Universe. Mr. Riggs might be interested in this one. Welcome to the Resurgence of the Valiant Universe. This is it. The series that will change our heroes forever. The event of the summer is here. Prepare to see the unexpected, the rise of Dr. Silk, once an infamous villain, now a beacon of hope. He brings forth radical ideas of a utopian world where death is no longer a part of the human experience. Many people see him as a leader of peace and change, while others question his actions as everything has a cost and Earth starts to break into different realities. With the help of Master Dark, Silk makes his silent magical technological attack on Faroe, causing many sinkholes to appear and panicking the world. Conflicts break out, war emerges. Dr. Silk and his weavers craft webs of eternal life in a world shattered. Can our heroes navigate this new world order? The battle lines are drawn, and the only question is whose side you will be on when the dust settles. Featuring X-O Man-O-War, Bloodshot, Eternal Warrior, Ninjak, Ivar, Ray, Livewire, Faith, and more. I'm curious, it's one of 4. I don't know, I might check that out. We will see. Since it's only a 4-issue run, that's not too bad. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, Black White Bloodshot. Awesome. 4-issue run. I like that. Enter the world of Bloodshot in this brand new Black, White, and Blood anthology. Meet Bloodshot, the world's deadliest assassin. A super soldier engineered with nanites, a versatile nanotechnology that allows Bloodshot to repair the damage inflicted on his body, change his appearance, and control machines. I'm getting ready to finally watch the Vin Diesel Bloodshot movie, so hopefully it's worth a shit, but we'll see. In this first issue, Bloodshot is put to the limit when scientists try to farm never-ending meat from his self-repairing body to stop hunger in the world. Experience Bloodshot's feelings as he confronts his demons in a deadly mission in the desert, and what will happen when a serial killer interrupts his favorite new movie at the theater? Then, for the first time, the crossover nobody was asking for. It's Bloodshot versus Mickey M? Huh? Each tale deeply explores Bloodshot's psyche, tackling themes of identity, justice, and sacrifice in a world saturated with black, white, and blood red shades. I can't wait. That is awesome. Alright. Jumping a few pages ahead to some Amar Chitra Kamra stuff. We got Tales of Durga. Goddess Durga is the fierce form of devil who, as Shakti, is considered the personification of universal energy. According to the Devi Bhagavata, the universe is but her manifestation. The worship of Durga is believed to be more than 4,000 years old in India. Then we got Tirupati. When Vishnu returned to Vaikuntha after his Krishna avatar, Brahma the creator began to worry about the earth. Without Vishnu, he was afraid chaos would ensue. So he and his son Narada, the wandering sage, set in motion a plan to get Vishnu to return to earth. A talking anthill, an arrogant sage, an irate cowherd, and even a Sura King Ravana each have their parts to play in these stories. Describe the founding of the Venkateshwara temple to Tirupati, set amongst the lovely Tirumala hills. This temple, the Lord Vishnu, is one of the most beautiful templates of the world, and is said that more than 50,000 people visit this shrine every day to pray and Venkateshwara to wash away their sins. Wow. Then there's Burble the Wise, if you want to check it out. Wow. That's just way too much work. Too many words. That's just, yeah. That's just too much of a workout on the old noggin. Too many words I can't keep up with. And while drinking, that doesn't help. Uh-oh. I dropped a couple drops on the magazine. Shelly's gonna be mad. The wife is going to be pissed. She cuts up the magazine for the pictures. Oh well. Prost. That was just too much damn. Too many names to try and express that I can't figure out myself. Alright. Tinkle. I'm going to have Tinkle pretty soon if I keep drinking. Alright, I got Tinkle's Origin, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Imagery they show looks interesting. Remember all those lazy afternoons you spent in the company of the clever Kalia and the cowardly Shambhu? The long train journeys which were impossible without the antics of Sipandel and the schemes of Tantri the Mantri. Take a trip down memory lane with Tinkle Origins, in which we celebrate the magazine's legacy of simpler times. In this volume, fly around the world in the wings of exciting folk tales and legends. Follow Kalai around the Big Bon forest as he saves his friends from evil predators. Laugh at the foolish king who thought he managed to stop a river. Take sides in an argument between the sun and the wind. Welcome back to a world of wonder, laughter, learning, and fun. World of wonder, okay, welcome back to the Tinkle you've grown up with. I don't know enough about it, but the imagery's got me interested. I'd like to check it out someday, but until then, we will wait to see what it's about. Jumping over here, we got TB and her time-traveling psychedelic mushrooms, #1. That sounds fun. We got Botanical Genius creates cosmically funky fungi. We be time tripping now. TB is a fan of psychedelic mushrooms who puts her advanced degrees in botany and chemistry to good use by creating her own new strain of funny fungus. Enjoy the first time-traveling romp of a trip in this fantastic first issue. Time travel, dinosaurs, and bubble baths await. TB and her time-traveling psychedelic mushrooms, #1. I hate time travel, but I love shrooms. So I am putting that on the list. Let's see here if I can find it. And then we got Wicked Witches, #1. It's the season of the witch. Be enchanted by our bewitching beauties. This Halloween, treat yourself to a tasty pin-up collection of salacious sorceresses that'll have you spellbound. Antarctic's core creators Brian Benham, Ben Dunn, Fred Perry, Kelsey Shannon, Dave Hutchinson, and more bring you a colorful coven of casting cuties. And bonus, a short story full of magic with the first appearance of Ben Dunn's new bad girl Kendra. I am a huge fan of Ben Dunn. I follow him. He's a friend of my podcast, and just I love everything he's created. I've seen his new Kendra character. I wanted to know more about her. I hate witches, but I don't care because Ben Dunn's part of it. So yeah, I will be checking out Furlough #196 too. I don't know. I've been curious about that storyline. I haven't checked it out yet, but yeah, I think we'll be getting Wicked Witches and TB, the little time traveling shroom head. And of course, Winnie the Pooh will get our final issue of Winnie the Pooh the Demon Hunter. Can't wait. I gotta check out this Niobe stuff. I was hoping I'd win the one contest and get some of the comics, but I did not get lucky enough to do that. But alright, let's jump ahead to this page. We got Plague Seeker #1. Pretty interesting cover there. Some definitely interesting artwork. Let's see what this is about. I don't know Charlie White and Jackson Clark or Vamkir C. Trinell, so all new creators to me in this one. Join the Plague Seeker on a journey across the desolate wasteland of the far future to hunt the brutal butcher of Bloodworth in the special 80-page first issue. Oh, no wonder it's $20 for an 80-page issue. Come on, that's only twice the... That's not even twice of a 48-page comic, and you're charging $20 for it? It also includes an original bonus prose story from Hugo Award. Well, I don't want a prose story if I'm buying a comic book to start with. I don't know. I mean, this interests me, the art. But it doesn't show none of the storyline. And if you're charging $20 for 80 pages, phew, better be a pretty damn good story. Alright. Jumping up a few pages again to Hunt Leviathans one shot. Man and beast were never meant to coexist. At the throes of the age of Leviathans, colossal beasts infested the world. Humankind had no choice but to adapt in the American Southwest. Hunters on horseback incorporated bullfighting techniques to reconquest a lost frontier. In Laredo, two such hunters entertain crowds at a monster rodeo. An opportune offer will have them on the hunt for an elusive beast in northern Mexico, while reminding them that an easy job is never quite that easy. Alright. My Vampire vs. Your Werewolf graphic novel. Gabe and Hayden have a vampire, June, and Trod have a werewolf, and they're going to fight. After modern society pushed monsters into hiding, the Crafters Guild was formed, an organization of humans and other creatures intent on fostering community amongst these exiled beings and combating the decline in monster mental health. Their solution? A no-holds-barred clash of the titans, where two monsters can fight it out with no limits, with young coaches to guide them. The monsters must prepare for a battle that will test their strengths, smarts, and special abilities. But it's just a friendly competition. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Right? Alright, gotta jump ahead a little bit more. Oh, Barbie fans, they got a Barbie celebration of the icon. We got the airship one shot. In 1896, a mysterious airship abducts Elizabeth's sister and takes her to a city in the sky. Years later, Elizabeth grows up and becomes one of the first women airplane pilots. I'm not drunk, I swear. I've only had 3 shots. And she's still searching for her sister. Action-packed, moving, and ethereal. This historical fantasy about the dangerous early days of aviation is based on real-world characters and UFO lore. Yeah, I kind of figured that by the cover. We are going to Lady Death. I'm really bummed out because the whole lawsuit with Brian Pulido and Lady Death and all these characters and all this stuff I've been hearing more and more crap about Brian Pulido, however you want to say it, Pulido, I think. I've lost respect for him. I will still follow everything Evil Ernie, but I don't know if I'm going to keep up with Lady Death like I used to. I didn't keep up with her full time, but there were certain issues I'd pick out. But we'll see. We'll see what he has to offer. I know he puts out a ton of shit and then ends up just belittling people like crazy. And those people shouldn't take his art and use it for themselves either. I'm totally on both sides, but this lawsuit's just kind of like depressed the shit out of me lately. I used to be a huge fan of Lady Death, but not so much anymore. I got Lady Death, Demonic Omens, #1. Well, this is chapter 19, part 1 in the Coffin Comics Lady Death universe. So it's ongoing. So I'm not even going to bother wasting my time reading it. If you want Lady Death, there's another one to add to your collection if you want. Alright, let's jump ahead. Why am I skipping that page? Okay, because it's coming up the page after. We got She, Trick or Treat Mystery Comic One Shot. I am so happy this is out. Celebrate Halloween with this special bagged and boarded mystery comic hidden behind a beautifully ghostly sheet cover. Or sheet cover sheet. The Crusade Comics crypt has been opened, revealing many She classics, including 1994's original first printing She #1s to rarities like the Eisner-nominated Caden covered by greats George Perez, Amanda Connor, and more. I want this, but it's $25. But it's a mystery comic for She, but $25? Why? Why you gotta go that high? You don't have to be so damn greedy. But we'll see what my discount is, and I'll consider it. They got this Spooky Secrets, the Private Commissions, Billy Tucci. This 42-page black and white edition. I got the hiccups now. Great. Let's see if I take another shot at that kills my hiccups. Billy has gathered a sampling of covers and private commissions he has done over the years in this special volume, creator-owned character or classics. All are near and dear to his heart. If he threw a short story in there, I'd buy it. But if you're not going to throw the short story in there, yeah. We got Corvus #1. Darren Dahl is just a normal dude working at a video game store when his life gets turned upside down by some freaky looking aliens. A journey into his own subconscious and an intergalactic grassroots paramilitary group. Just another day at Game Space. It's a new epic 6-issue series for fans of Aliens and The Last Starfighter. Haven't heard nothing about The Last Starfighter in a while. I love that movie. That's kind of funny that they mentioned that. Alright, we got Through Red Windows #1. When alien plutocrat Harlan Roderick invites his young protege Athulal to live at Roderick Place in downtown Manhattan. And did we really run out of regular names that we gotta use these really goofed up names that are messing with me? I know. Quit being whatever you want to call it. What Athul believes to be his first step into the inner circle of the world's elite soon turns into a living nightmare. Athul discovers that Harlan and his illness are inextricably connected to the high rise in which behind each door lie secrets and monsters from both Harlan and Athul's own lives. Through Red Windows is a grim thriller with overtones of gothic horror, loosely inspired by Poe, but with very modern twist. Not for the faint of heart. Let's see. You got all kinds of different imagery here from it. Let me jump over to this. Meshuggah. Following a series of murders in the ghetto, a young Jewish typist is recruited by the police to assist in their investigation. They feel that having an insider would help them solve the crimes in a place perceived as impenetrable to them. Her research leads her on the trail of a bloodthirsty murderer whose acts are rooted in old superstitions and who marks his victims with Kabbalistic symbols. Her pursuit gradually turns into a personal quest where she will have to confront her own roots and deepest fears. Soon the hunter becomes the prey as the killer targets her. Can she survive this? I don't know. Are you ready for some Jewish horror? Mashugana. I used to hear Mashugana, but that's not Mashugana. It's Mashuga. Mashuga means crazy in Yiddish. But who will survive the madman's maze? It looks kind of fun. I could get into it. Alright, jumping over to here. What do we got? The Lovetown Old Friends one-shot. Captain Hiramore is Lovetown's toughest cop. He pulls no punches, takes no prisoners, and knows where all the bodies are buried. But when those bodies come back to get revenge on him and his squad, what's he to do against perps who are already dead? You got the weirdo graphic novel, you got Born in the USA, Story of Immigration and Belonging. Okay, we got Vendetta, Holy Vindicator one-shot. Vendetta returns to his home of Omega City and is confronted by a deadly new threat. Satan's Riders are a bloodthirsty gang led by 3 new villains. Also, the Black Dagger comes looking for Roger Stone, and Lord Leviathan has plans for another doomed soul. First new issue in 30 years. Yeah. Kill Shakespeare, a first folio trade paperback. For people that are fans of Shakespearean stuff. We gotta do a big jump here to, we got Marvel Mini Book of the X-Men, Pixar Official Cookbook, Sherlock Holmes The Dark Detective #1, Claws of Chimera. One of the most lauded original tales of Sherlock Holmes in comic book form returns. Okay, that's a return. The Powerpuff Girls cookbook, Star Wars, The Secrets of the Clone Troopers. Okay, this is what I was looking for. The Inscrutable Dr. Bear, in the Case of Two-Faced Statue graphic novel. The Inscrutable Dr. Bear, at your service. While he's much too busy to embark on any adventures himself, Dr. Bear is here to help with yours. Are you burdened with an unwanted magical object? Gorgon's head? Monkey's paw? Flaming sword? Sell it to Dr. Bear. He'll tame its spirit, carefully catalog its origin, and keep it safe and orderly within the walls of the spookiest house you're ever likely to find. But when novice explorers Taft and Tortoise and Pickles the pig accidentally enable the theft of Bear's most powerful artifact by the nefarious sorcerer Gallus Lugubrious, the good doctor is forced out of his house to reclaim it. The only problem is, for everything he knows about magic, he knows nothing about adventuring, and he'll have to figure this one out as he goes, far from the comforting safety of home. Alright, why do I have this page 373? I don't even have it written down. Yeah, I don't know why I went to that page. I didn't have nothing written down for it. Okay, maybe I am drunk. We got Mark Spears' Monsters #1. Comes an all-new horror series, Monsters. Based on his hit trading card series of the same name, Spears brings classic monsters to life with a modern twist. Set in the early 1980s, a retired monster slayer from the Forgotten Era learns that an old friend has disappeared and a malevolent force from his past has resurfaced. Reluctantly, the mysterious slayer is pulled back into the realm of the supernatural. Determined to confront the ancient evil once again and prevent it from wreaking havoc on the world once more, Meanwhile, two seasoned detectives are investigating a series of grisly murders, and a group of kids embark on their own adventure after witnessing what they believe to be their recently deceased neighbor wandering the streets at night. And I might pick up the blank for that. We'll see. But yeah. Just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Because I don't know what's going on. Because I have no idea what's going on behind me either. Because people are talking when I'm talking. Which is really hard to do and try and figure out. Alright. We got... That's nothing. Mismatched. Okay, here. The Hilarious House of Frightenstein. Number 1. The award-winning TV series The Hilarious House of Frightenstein is back in this 5-issue limited series. Join the Count, Igor, Griselda, and all of your other favorites in an all-new stories, including The Night of the Living Brucey. After hundreds of years of failure, the good news is that the Count's monster Brucey has come to life. The bad news is that the Count is now headed for jail for all the damage Brucey has done, plus the dangers of online dating when the ape's blind date is with a very hungry tiger. Now stories with the Librarian and Wolfman, The Science of Magic from the Desk of Professor, and much, much more. Brought to you by Mitch Markowitz and Carson DeMons. Yeah. We'll have to see what's up. It sounds interesting, but it's ongoing, so might just have to wait and see what the overall is on that. Okay. Let's see, where are we at? I think I am going to end it here, and we will get back with more in a bit. So keep following Under the Color of MS, rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, and check out Crimson Skull Comic Club and find out what we are individually purchasing next out of the next catalogs, and see if there's something that interests you. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.